Tuesday, May 4th, 2021, and the morning edition is live. On today's show, a retired justice becomes the Freedom of Information Commissioner. The memories of a gospel artist still lingers 4 years after his death. And hear a song that's sure to boost your decision to get the COVID-19 vaccine. So let's start the morning off right.
Believe you can, and you're halfway there. Good morning, everyone. I'm LaDawn Davis.
And great morning to everybody out there. I'm Charles Fisher. Good morning.
I'm hungry. I need some stew conch.
Some conch, ready to eat that conch. Don't forget, you're cooking for us tomorrow.
I don't think I'm cooking for y'all tomorrow. Y'all have to starve tomorrow.
You going back on your word already?
Yeah.
And then tell everybody to tune into the most anticipated show of all tomorrow.
Really?
LaDawn.
Are you going to help me?
Not me.
And we have a nurse. We have a nurse in the house.
I was saying that one time ago when school was closed that remember whenever they have Teachers Appreciation Day or Teachers Appreciation Week after going through all that virtual learning, I have to carry something for the teachers because I realize the stress that they be going through now trying to teach my daughters at home. And guess what's coming up? Nicest Month. And they've been so pivotal during this COVID-19 environment that it's their month. We got to find lots and lots of things just to shower them and say thank you for the effort they've been doing. And we have nurse Rebecca Johnson in studio this morning. The nurses, they've done a great job.
I don't know how they do it.
I don't know how. We'll find out this morning. And she's up bright and early, bushy-eyed, ready to enjoy the morning edition with us. We also have a special feature this morning, so it's going to be a great show.
It's going to be a very great show. We also interviewed the widow of Japhet Lyrically Blessed, and we can't wait to show you guys how the twins are faring after their father passed 4 years ago.
And I can't wait to hear about this vaccine song.
Well, you took the vaccine, but I didn't, so I probably need this song to boost my decision.
Good. But let's turn it now over to our guy out on the street, Desmond Saunders, way out west.
Good morning, LaDawn, and good morning, Charles. It's a beautiful Tuesday. Glad to be with you again. Desmond Saunders, right here, John F. Kennedy Drive. Highway, actually near the Coral Harbor Roundabout, near the airport police station, and we're having a great time. It's a great morning. Want to remind motorists to be careful on the streets and be very vigilant. Corporal Christopher Wims joining us on the broadcast this morning to talk about the importance of paying due care and attention and vigilance on the streets.
Good morning, Desmond. Good morning, Bahamas. You're so quite right, actually. Most people, most times when you pull them over, they seem to be in a whole different realm. People tend to just get distracted, cell phones, children, and that's the importance of having a handheld device, whereas you can alleviate that stress of using your phone while driving. Having a kid's seat belt or in a child safety seat is also important because you can let them cry. Children do not run their parents. Parents control their kids. And that's the message we're trying to get to all these parents who have a habit of letting their children stand up in the middle of the seat or in the front seat. That's a big no-no. 100% of the times, you're going to get pulled over because you're not checking about your child. So we gonna have some things to do for you. We have some things for you.
What word do you have for motorists? Motorists and motorcyclists, I should say.
Oh, those guys. We're noticing a trend. Those Yamaha Sims, the ZX, we just want the guys to get them insured, license them, have the proper documentation on these vehicles, also your driver's license, and you're free to roam the streets. However, riding safe is different from just riding. Most times we see on social media these guys, they get brazen. They're videotaping themselves driving in a reckless manner, which can cause danger to themselves or to move in public. We have to put a stop to this, guys. It's all fun and joke aside. We have to get serious about your life. All right? Now, there's a place designated in the back of the sports center for that kind of stuff. And we ask that you do that with caution and care. All right? We're not trying to hinder anybody from doing what they're doing. But we're just saying, go where we have designated for you to go ahead and ride and showcase your cycles. But when you take it upon the streets, then you add all kind of different things to the equation. So we just want you guys to be safe, and please also wear your helmet. This is the greatest tool you have, your mind. If you bust your head while operating the cycle, boy, it ain't no good for you. But we're trying to tell you, wear your helmet, be safe, drive with some due care and attention.
That's right, and the life you save may be your very own. Corporal Christopher Wims joining us on the broadcast. That's traffic, and I want to remind you guys that in the next few weeks, traffic police will be out in full force targeting bad motorists, so drive with safe care and caution. Back to you guys in the studios.
Thanks a lot, Des. We are waking up to 77 degrees, wind south-southeast at 10 miles per hour, humidity 83%. High pressure remains over the area, supporting very warm conditions and moderate to fresh breezes. For all areas, weather mostly sunny and hot with a chance of a few stray showers. Daytime high temperature 90 degrees Fahrenheit, overnight low expected to dip to 74 degrees Fahrenheit. Wednesday, partly sunny and hot, a bit breezy in the southeast Bahamas with a chance of a few passing showers and a stray thunderstorm. 87 in the day, 75 at night. Thursday, basically the same, partly sunny and hot, a bit breezy in the southeast Bahamas with a chance of an isolated or a few passing showers and a stray thunderstorm. 86 high in the day, 74 at night.
Retired Justice the Honorable Keith Thompson made Bahamian history Monday after being appointed the country's first Freedom of Information Commissioner. He received his instruments of appointment during a ceremony at Government House's temporary East Bay Street office. He told reporters he's ready for the challenge.
For those who know me, they know that I love working. I will not back down from any challenge. And so I accept this new challenge in light of the fact also that it is a historical move for the Bahamas. And I'm happy and I thank God for bringing me to this point and guiding me, protecting me. I thank my family, my wife, my children, my friends who have always supported me, and I look forward to their support in this new venture.
And news from Parliament proceedings in the House of Assembly will resume tomorrow after a short session held on Monday. House Speaker the Honorable Joseph Moultrie highlighted a number of concerns after a staff member tested positive for COVID-19.
Members, I'm pleased to report that in a discussion with the Honorable Member for Kalani, Prime Minister of the Commonwealth of the Bahamas, along with the Honorable Member for Southern Shores, the Leader of Government Business in the House, acting, and the Speaker this morning, all issues relating to any disagreements have been resolved.
The country's foreign reserves remain steady, pegged at approximately $2.26 billion, according to Central Bank Governor John Roll. Roll, who spoke during a press conference on the bank's third quarter report, shared that balances contracted by $126 million at the end of March. He says due to the weakness of tourism and decreased spending, the economy continues to operate under constraints.
There has traditionally been less negative pressure on the reserve during the first quarter of the year, with 2021 being no different, because on a seasonal basis, the peak in private sector spending usually occurs in later months of the year. And this has helped explain some of the lessened pressure observed during the first quarter. So far, credit to the private sector has also not generated strong impulse for foreign exchange, because even within the selective accommodation ranges for new financing that the central bank has sanctioned, lending institutions are still very restrained in the current risky environment.
Now to the daily COVID-19 dashboard. New Providence still accounting for the vast majority of those cases with 23, along with one new case each reported on Grand Bahama, Bimini and Cat Key, Andros and Long Island. 6 New Providence residents showing up on the list as having a history of travel within 14 days. 4 people are detained in the intensive care unit, 18 people had recovered, and there were still 24 COVID-19 deaths under investigation. Another person has been added to the list of COVID-19 deaths, a 59-year-old man of New Providence whose health officials say passed on April 22nd. From the crime beat, 2 teen girls missing. 13-year-old Gia LaFrance of Zion Boulevard, described by police as medium brown skin with a slim build. 15-year-old Sharina Bain is also from Zion Boulevard with similar characteristics. Police say both girls were last seen at their home on Wednesday, April 28th. Anyone with information on their whereabouts is encouraged to call the Criminal Investigation Department at 502-9991, 2502-9968, 502-9971, or download the P3 Tips app. Authorities also issuing a sketch of an attempted child stealing suspect. Police don't have a name or address to go on, but they do suspect the man is between 26 and 30 years old, has dark brown complexion, is 5 feet 7 inches tall, and slim build. Again, if you can help police out, call the nearest station. Victims of that weekend fire in the Peardale area still picking up the pieces from the tragedy. On Monday, we spoke with 63-year-old mechanic Thomas Daxon, who along with his friends sifted through the charred tools of his trade, all that are left after a fire blazed to his home, destroying it, and 8 others on Jenny Street on Sunday. Just to shell the family's uninsured home along with 2 others that sat on the property.
If you could imagine what happened if you lose everything. I mean, if you're going home to your house, when you go home, you always see ashes. And you feel like it's a bum. Feel like it's a bum, even though, you know, it could be a blessing, you know. But the house gone. What else could we do? We just wait. And then you watch and see who. Some people, Bahamians are very kind people, so I'm not going to say they're going to help. A lot of them going to help.
The month of May has been designated National Disaster Preparedness Month under the theme We Are All NEMA Stronger Than Ever. According to Minister of State for Disaster Preparedness, Management and Reconstruction, the Honorable Pakeisha Parker Edgecombe, here's what's in store.
Media interviews and programs with messages of preparedness. A comprehensive exhibition will be mounted on the grounds of NEMA on Gladstone Road, where disaster management partners will exhibit and share their role in disaster management. A high school digital essay and art competition to engage our youth, our students, on topics of disaster management. We will end the month of activities with a National Day of Prayer on Sunday, May 30th, when we ask that all citizens and residents join in asking God's protection during the hurricane season.
And this just in, officials from the fire department are on the scene of a structural fire on Fritz Lane and 7th Terrace, Centerville, where a body was found burnt beyond recognition. On the final night of the Bimini Basketball Association tournament, Gateway Christian got by the Avion Landscape at 75-70 behind 26 from MVP Jaleel Williams. The tournament, sponsored by the local government, was deemed a success by Association Vice President Buick Rule.
Very well this week. We had a good showing, and we just entered into the championship game tonight. But hopefully in the future we can plan more tournaments and basketball could be back in during the Bahamas.
And when we come back, we will tell you how one Grand Bahamian student achieved high marks despite the consequences of Hurricane Dorian. That and much more after the break.
It's a part of all our lives. ZNS TV is where we go for information, entertainment, and enjoyment. ZNS is there. with something for everyone.
Kids, lunch is ready.
ZNS TV, a part of our lives for 40 years.
You are a healthcare worker. Thank you for fighting on the front lines against COVID-19. It is normal to feel stressed when taking care of others who don't feel well. But remember to take care of yourself. Don't forget to rest between shifts, eat healthy meals, engage in physical activity, and stay connected to family and friends. Avoid harmful coping strategies like drinking alcohol. For managers of healthcare workers, the same tips apply to you. Here's how you can help. Consistently give updates. Rotate staff between high and low stress level functions. Encourage work breaks and ensure that they know where they can find help. We are here for you.
Here are your COVID-19 isolation tips. Protecting others while in quarantine or self-isolation. While in quarantine or self-isolation, use safety measures to protect yourself and community from spreading COVID-19. Being in quarantine or self-isolation can make you feel anxious or stressed. Ensure that you take care of your emotions. Physical distancing does not mean socially disconnected. Stay connected with family and friends digitally. Keep a daily routine. Exercise daily, get rest, eat healthy, engage in activities, avoid unhealthy behaviors, and seek information from credible sources. You are not alone. Contact our hotline at 819-7652 or any of the numbers that appear on your screen.
Welcome back. Well, in addition to lupus awareness and disaster preparedness, the month of May is also dubbed as Nurses Month. And joining us live in studio this morning is the president of the Nurses Association, Rebecca Johnson. Rebecca, welcome to the Morning Edition.
Good morning. Thank you.
So, Rebecca, talk to us a little bit about what is Nurses Month and what's on the agenda for nurses for this particular month.
Okay. During the month of May every year is the Nurses Month by the International Council of Nurses and World Health Organization. And so this year, when we consider all the challenging events that have happened over the past year, we just want to have activities that are designed to encourage and support nurses. So of course, we're gonna start off with prayer and worship during the morning devotions next week, starting on Monday. We have a number of nurses who will be leading the morning devotions right here in ZNS. And we also have proclamations were signed by the Prime Minister that will be published in the media, printed media, during the month of May. On Monday, on the 10th, we will have a panel discussion looking at the repeal of the Nurses and Midwives Act, which is designed to ensure that nurses are able to practice up to the scope of their training. On Tuesday, there'll be a speech competition, and we'll allowing the young nurses to look at challenges in terms of how would you cope, looking at future pandemics, being prepared. So that should be very interesting. On Wednesday, of course, is International Nurses Day, and we're having a symposium which will be from 10 a.m. until 12:30. During the symposium, we will be honoring nurses who have completed some have completed their master's program, some have completed their doctoral degree, and they'll be actually presenting on the International Council of Nurses theme, which is Nurses, a Voice to Lead, a Vision for Future Healthcare. So they'll be talking about implications for nursing education, nursing practice, nursing professional development, nursing care in the family islands, and on nursing care of our older adults. So that will be very interesting. On the Thursday evening, May 13th, there'll be a psychological forum. You know, one of the things we were concerned about is encouraging nurses and helping nurses with their coping mechanisms. And so we'll have a psychological forum on the Thursday evening at 13. On Friday the 14th, we'll be having a forum for the younger nurses, looking at developing leadership skills in our younger nurses. And on Sunday, we have a worship service, just thanking God for his faithfulness, thanking God for his goodness, and that'll be at 11 a.m. Because of the pandemic, most of our activities will be via Zoom, so we'll be sending out a link to our members to just join and encourage us. For the church service, there'll be limited attendance with COVID restrictions, of course, but for the most part, persons will be able to join us by Zoom. And we just want to encourage the nurses to continue to be strong, continue to be courageous, continue to care, continue to provide service for our Bahamians and the residents in the Bahamas.
Rebecca Johnson,
happy Nurses Month.
Rebecca Johnson, thank you so much for joining us here on the Morning Edition, and all the best to you and nurses this month as we celebrate Nurses Month. Thank you so much. There may be some different points of view on the COVID-19 vaccine, but one songwriter we met is clear on his and has put it to music. Here's Keishla Adderley.
It started off with a beat and emerged as a message Gary Delancey felt compelled to drive home.
Don't be afraid to take the COVID vaccine. Don't mind them other people who just want to complain.
One day last week, Delancey was inspired to put pen to paper as he lamented the state in which India finds itself, with hundreds of COVID-19 deaths each day and a health system that's failing.
Second largest population in this global world, and they are binding people, and they were the ones who helped, I think, the Bahamas, I feel, with some of our vaccines. And to see the tragedy they are going through, I just sit down and put pen to paper. Last night, finish it, wake up out of my sleep and all last night, where it was bothering me so much to see how humans was getting blind because of this COVID-19.
Those disturbing scenes from halfway across the world, perhaps leading to Delancey's personal decision, though he says he's not telling anyone else what to do.
I already taken it. I'm waiting for the second dose of the Church of God of Prophecy. I'll be back. Make up your own mind to take it. They say they don't have no gun on you to take it, but take it whether they force you, ain't nobody forcing you, but take it for your own good, the good of your family, the good of others in the entire country.
Marching to the beat of his own drum and singing his own tune, Delancey says his song hits the right chord with those who are still on the fence.
Now don't you listen to what the critics may say. Make up your mind, protect yourself every day. Rumors are spreading, man, you better watch out, because the COVID vaccine is spreading all about. I say, don't be afraid to take the COVID vaccine. Don't mind them other people who just want to complain. Don't be afraid to take the COVID vaccine. Don't mind them other people who just
want to Tabernacle Baptist Christian Academy School being praised for her outstanding BJC results of 2020. She had the best marks of any student in Grand Bahama. Aromiko Knowles has her story.
Health science, general science, math, Bible, English, and Spanish. Those are the subjects that a student at Tabernacle Baptist received all A's in when she sat her BJCs in 2020. Quiet, but very academically sound is how Principal of Tabernacle Baptist Christian Academy, Ashnell Bean, describes Hazel Taylor, a student of the Institute who sat her BJC exams in 2020 and passed 6 of them with flying colors.
I think that is an awesome feat for her, because most of the time she was not in a classroom setting. She was at home in front of a computer trying to be taught virtually. And as you know, the virtual teaching was a bit of a challenge for a lot of students.
But for this 8th grader at the time, it was a breeze.
It wasn't hard because I had God by my side and I trusted in Him.
When asked how did she prepare for the BJC exams, she says,
I set a schedule in place. I followed by the schedule day by day. I didn't go too overboard with learning my schoolwork. But yeah, I kept a content schedule and I had my mom by my side.
Now, while it is an outstanding accomplishment, the principal says it is not uncommon for the institute.
We've had students that not just with the BJCs, but BGCSEs were recognized for their outstanding performance in those exams, and we had our head boy at this time and our deputy head boy. They were also invited to Nassau before this COVID situation because of their outstanding accomplishments in their BJCs and BGCSEs as well.
Now a 9th grade student, the next step for Hazel Taylor is to excel when she takes the BJCSEs, but she's not worried. In fact, she has advice for other students.
I would simply tell them to just put your faith in God, keep persevering no matter what hard trials may come your way, because with God everything is possible, and to live by the scripture Philippians 4:13, which says, I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me.
Great story there, Romiko. Well, as we look back at today in Bahamian history, in 1964, the yellow elder was officially designated the national flower of the Bahamas. The flower was chosen after the Nassau Guardian, or the Garden rather, club informed the premier that the consensus among the clubs was in favor of either the hibiscus or the yellow elder. And in 1969, on the same day, hundreds of gallons of spilled BEC diesel fuel at Clifton Pier sparked a massive blaze. Quick action by the fire department prevented the ignition of 6 million gallons of aviation fuel.
Successful parenting through COVID-19. Being at home with your child for a long time can feel stressful, especially when they misbehave. Children can also feel stressed as their daily routines have changed. Manage negative behavior through creating schedules, planning indoor activities and outdoor activities, giving responsibilities, and rewarding good behavior. All children can be mischievous. You can discipline without yelling or physically harming by giving timeouts, taking away privileges, and even giving chores. It's okay to take a break. Pause for 10 seconds, breathe for 5 seconds, then give a calm response. Listen to your children's feelings and be supportive. Avoid unhealthy behaviors like drinking alcohol, smoking tobacco, or risky sexual behavior. Feeling overwhelmed? Contact our hotline at 819-7652 or any of the numbers that appear on your screen.
It's been nearly 4 years since popular gospel songbird Japheth Lyrically Blessed Ferguson left this world to meet the King of all kings. And today his widow Delisa Ferguson is not only remembering his legacy, but giving an update on the progress of a foundation named in his honor and how their twins are faring after losing their father when they were just a few months old.
Don't you cry for me, no, no. Don't shed a tear for me, no, no.
She lost her husband Japheth Lyrically Blessed Ferguson to renal kidney failure 4 years ago. But Delisa Ferguson says his memory not only lives on through his gospel music, but their children Jayla and Japheth Jr., who are now 5 years old. Delisa says the twins, who just celebrated the milestone with the Power Rangers theme, were 18 months when their father died. However, she says both of them are able to sing his songs verbatim, carry his personality, and are now asking questions about the whereabouts of their late father. Delisa says she is overcome with a lot of grief and emotions when it's time to answer them.
It seems as though my son though has a much stronger connection. And, you know, with them going in school and everything, I think whereas they may have seen other kids with their fathers, now they have questions. They want to know why. And why is daddy not here? And all these, all these other questions, some of which they get so deep. I'm like, you're only 4 or 5. Like, how is it you even could comprehend to ask at such a level? And you know, it's heart-wrenching at times, but I lean on God for direction and for strength and guidance on how to lead my kids, how to answer them.
While putting her children first, Delisa says coping with the loss of her late husband hasn't been easy over the years, but she says reminiscing on the memories the two shared gives her comfort and joy.
I loved everything about him. I looked at my kids the other day and I said, you know, we are missing such a treasure. Like, if he was here right now, they would probably not even know Mommy existed, you know, because he was so awesome in that regard. But everything about him is missed. Everything about him. Just his calm demeanor, you know. It's just who he was. He's just fun. A ball of fun. And his spiritual leadership is missed beyond measure.
And so to keep her late husband's legacy alive, Delisa established the Lyrically Blessed Foundation, hoping to inform, inspire, and impact the lives of others through outreach and health initiatives.
The last event that we would have done was in April, where we did a give back in Yellow Elder in partnership with Real Life's annual giveaway. So they would have allowed us to partner with them, and it was a beautiful experience, and I just can't wait to go back out and just be a part of something bigger than myself again. The volunteers and just those that would give financially, that would give their time. Without home, which we cannot do anything. You know, because me and my kids and the board, we can't do it by ourselves, right? So it's been a beautiful experience. It's been a beautiful, it's just a coming together of love and unity and support. We have a few items on the table that's sure to be a blessing to all who will be involved.
Moms, we will never be able to thank you enough for always being there for us, protecting us, and teaching us how to maneuver through life. And this Mother's Day, we want to honor you in a very special way. So we are asking for you, the public, to send a video tribute of your mother and mother figure to k.sims@ZNSBahamas.com and watch it air live on the morning edition the week leading up to Mother's Day.
So, Bishop, you're going to be with us to celebrate Mother's Day?
Yes, I'm going to be right here. Joy and happy, and we're going to have a great show on Friday.
Any gifts yet for...
Well, should I let it out the bag?
Nothing yet? No?
No, can't tell you.
And be sure to stay tuned to the ZNS Network for news as it happens, TV and radio updates throughout the day. Then you can tune into Live at 5, the Northern Edition, and the Bahamas Tonight at 7. And that's a wrap for us this morning. For the entire team, I'm LaDawn Davis.
Have a safe day, everybody.